bad feng shui. I don't know the theory behind it. I've taken a certification on staging and feng shui, and I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense because you don't want the head of your bed to be up against the shower or the toilet or something like that. That's it's not a real good thing to do. So yeah, we do in terms of the colors. Again, I think that psychology of color plays a big role in feng shui as well, and all of that is part of the elements that we use for our successful formula. And why we are so successful in what we do when we stage a house and why it sells so quickly and for so much more money is because we use all of those elements and put them all together in one shot. And when buyers walk in, they love the house. They don't know why they love the house, but when you peel the onion and you try to decode what has gone into the decorating of the house, that's why.
Well, it's always about the flow, and not just the flow of energy that feng shui talks about. I always used to say feng shui should be really Americanized to functional way, because it is mostly using function and the flow. And when you walk through a home, you have a straight path to the next area. You don't have to walk around a footstool or a sofa to get to the hallway. It's all about opening up the space and seeing exactly how the house should be functioned and how functional it is. I wanted to quote something right off of your website. It says the Real Estate Staging Association studied 89 homes that were previously on the market not staged. These 89 homes sat on the market on average for 166 days before the homeowners gave up and called in a professional home stager. Those same homes were staged and received their first offer on average 32 days after being professionally staged. This is an 81% less time on the market. 9 of the homes had multiple offers. Well, that makes sense. You're staging just like a production. You don't go to the theater and see someone and the actors just walking around on a vacant stage. You get into character. You get into she like that. You get into the whole play because you have the whole stage decorated to match your theatrical performance. And basically, that's what it's all about. We're trying to make the homes appear the best that they can so we can get the best price for our sellers and the buyers can appreciate, because I hate to say this, I don't want to insult any buyers out there, but I would say 99% of them have no imagination because they walk into an empty house and they can't appreciate how furniture will lay out in the home and what they should use as different areas for. And I've been known to lay down in a bedroom on the floor so people could see that a bed would fit there. So I'm not beyond doing weird things like that.
That brings up an excellent point, and I was going to just touch on it. So it's not that people aren't creative or they're unintelligent. There's a neurological reason why 90% of the population cannot visualize an empty space. Our brains need data points, enough data points to stitch together the picture, to fill in the gaps, and then our brain creates the picture. So what that means in terms of an empty house, there's no perspective. So you don't know how big of a couch can fit in the living room, but once you put in a sofa and a love seat, coffee and end tables, now your brain has those data points, and it says, I see that. And plus, look, there's even more space that I have a sectional that I want to use, and it's totally going to fit in this room. So it's interesting. I learned that it's really it's neurological science of the brain of why buyers can't visualize an empty house. And what ends up happening is for Bella Casa in Brevard County, we are the Hail Mary path. So if there's an empty house, here's what people do. The realtor or the seller or the investor, they're like, oh, we're just going to put it up and see what happens. And then when the listing is about to expire, they call Bella Casa. And they say, okay, I want to save the listing. How can you help us? How does it work? Tell me all about it. And so then we go through, the formula, and we go in and we save it, and it sells in 2 days. So because not only do we put those data points into each room, we also professionally we photograph each of the rooms and in the whole entire house so that it stands out online. So it looks good online. People put it on their list, and then when they walk in, it's just a beautiful, even more beautiful in 3D in real life when they walk in.
Exactly, because it's very difficult to take photos, especially of bedrooms, when they have no furniture in them. All they look like is a couple walls with a window. You cannot appreciate what can fit in there if you don't see any furniture in a photograph. So it's not only just staging the homes for sale, but it's also, you provide a lot of services for people that are just getting ready to put their home on the market. You'll come out and just do a consultation with them as well. Talk about that consultation and what you might even tell people they can do, and if they want to do it on their own, that's fine, or they can hire your services and you'll do it for them.
Yeah, there's all levels to hiring Bella Casa. You know, that's how we typically start, is with a consultation. And what that entails is we go through the house from the time that we walk up to the door. We will give the seller recommendations on landscaping, on power washing, on the entry points, on, a new mat. And then we'll go room by room and we'll tell them what to remove, what to keep, what pictures to take down, what pictures to keep. And, they can take notes and they can do it themselves, which is perfectly fine. Some people get a little overwhelmed because we do go pretty fast. It's about an hour consultation for up to a 3,500 square foot house. So we're blowing and going. We're going pretty quickly. We're throwing a lot at the seller. Now, we also will provide a written report for an additional fee if somebody wants us to write up what we've basically told them. They can do it themselves, or once they do their homework in terms of removing the lazy boy out of the living room, they want to hire us to come and use what they have, we'll do that as well. We can stage an owner-occupied home anywhere from 2 hours to, 7 hours. We're doing a home next week that's 7,000 square feet. It's going to take 3 of us stagers to do it 2 days. So it's a pretty enormous, it's the biggest house we've ever done. It's like a $3 million house in Merritt Island. So,
go ahead.
But that's out of the ordinary. It's typically, we can get it done in 2 to 4 hours.
One thing I want to say to our listening audience, which I think and hope includes some real estate agents out there listening to all the many services we provide through Your Hometown Solutions, is that you can use Lisa as the scapegoat for telling your buyers all the things they need to do. So when I, as a realtor, walk through your house, I don't want to tell you, get rid of this and get rid of that. I'd rather say, you know what, we're going to bring in a professional and then you get to be the bad guy. Is that correct?
Yeah, and that's a really good point because, as an agent, you want to develop the relationship and in hopes of repeat business, or they're going to tell their friends and their family about you. And, some people can take the constructive criticism on you telling them what to get rid of, and some people cannot. It's a very fine line, and we're very in tune to who the seller is, where they are emotionally in this process. Are they emotionally connected to the house? Has there been a death in the family? Is it a foreclosure? I mean, there's all different reasons why people are selling their house. So having an objective person, professional that comes in that actually will back you up, you as the agent, obviously you're going to have a few things just quickly to tell them. And, we work as a team with the agent. And the agent then will call me and say, Susie Q has, they have a yellow house and it really stands out not in a positive way. I will reiterate what has already been said. So now the agent looks like a superstar, not only because I'm reiterating what's already been said, but also that the agent is, got that star power to bring in a professional person, and people are willing to listen to somebody who is outside the process as the expert, if you will.
Exactly. And I noticed also you have I don't mean this to sound like it's a half an hour commercial for your company, but you have so many great services that people need to know about, either maybe if they've been trying to do these things on their own, that there are professionals out there. You have a concierge service. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this concierge service. So we rolled that out in 2017 in January, and what that is, there's several people who they'll have a home and they live out of state, and they need to get it prepared to get on the market. You know, maybe there's some repairs that need to be done, or there's some painting that needs to happen, or landscaping that needs to be done, or maybe it just needs to be professionally cleaned, or we need to change out a light fixture. We team up with all of those contractors. We gather them. We get the estimate to the seller. We send them an estimate, and then we coordinate the whole thing. So, you know, once the seller says, all right, let's go with, you know, Joe the plumber, we will facilitate that. We'll contact him. We'll schedule a time to meet up at the house. We'll oversee the work so somebody is there watching it being done. And then when it's done, all the prep work, and then we'll actually stage it if that's the next thing that they'd like to do.
Well, again, as a realtor, that's an amazing service you provide. Is that something that would be available to me as a realtor? I can picture a property a couple of years ago that needed exactly that type of service. It was a vacant condo that needed some repairs before it could be sold, and they were out-of-state folks. Would I have been able to call you and say, Lisa, get it cleaned up, get it staged, and get it sold for me?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, that's a great resource, and thank you, Jean, for bringing it up.
I think one of the things that just kind of sums up this whole conversation is in 3 words. You want to have a clean home. You want your home to sparkle. So that's one of the first things you can do if you're trying to do some of this on your home is make sure the windows are clean. You've cleaned your home completely with detailed cleaning. So there's no sign of built up dirt. The other thing is declutter. Get rid of all the tchotchkes and all the things that are around your home that's going to take the eye away from people looking at your home. Get rid of all those little things and declutter the bookcases.
My son made that in kindergarten.
Well, that'll be nice, and you can show it in your new home. But right now, you're not going to show it. And the second thing, or the third thing, is to minimize. Would you agree those are 3 good things? Clean, declutter, and minimize, and then it showcases the home.
And one thing you left out, those are all top 3, and then the 4th one would be depersonalized.
Exactly.
And the reason why we depersonalize is because we don't want a buyer walking in profiling who lives in the house. So if you have Johnny's picture up, or you have all these awards or all of these degrees, or you collect Harley Davidson motorcycles, or, you know, precious moments, or whatever it is, you know, people are curious creatures, and they're going to try to connect with who lives there, or try to figure out who currently lives there. It's kind of like a mystery. So the goal for you when you're selling your house is to remove anything that's personalized like that. So your buyer is walking through, focusing on the flow of the house, the space of the room, the architecture, and any special features that we're trying to sell. That's critical.
Exactly. It'd be surprised this is what they teach you on Facebook too. You don't want to necessarily alienate most of your audience. So no matter what your public or your politics are, you don't want to have a bunch of stickers and so forth in there about your favorite candidate for governor or whatever, because that might alienate your new buyer. You never know on some of those things. So depersonalize anything like that.
Yep. That's right.
So please give out your information. We've got about 30 seconds left on how they can get in touch with you, what you have on your website. I know you have some videos there and some great information.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing to do if you want to get a hold of us or learn a little bit more about what we have to offer is go to our website at www.bellacasaStagingAndRedesign.com. And our phone number is 321-837-9808. So those are the 2 good ways to get a hold of us. And again, my name is Lisa Pelc, and I'm the owner of the company Bella Casa Staging and Redesign.
All right, Lisa, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I know we've spoken before, but each time I speak with you, I learn something new, and it's great for the audience to hear the services that you have available and things that they can do to make their home sell, whether they use you or do it on their own. Again, thank you so much for providing all of that information to us.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right. Well, everyone, we appreciate having Lisa on the show. And for more information, you can go to her website. You can always catch all of our shows